Hi Ray, this is Becky Liana with Gray Owl Marketing. We spoke yesterday over the phone and I promised you this video. I'll keep it brief, but I did just want to show you 3 tips you can use today to help bring in more customers to your business. Because oftentimes in the world of the internet, most local businesses are just too busy running their own business in order to keep up on how the internet can really work for them and benefit their business. So at the end of this video, if you want to hear from me and we can chat more, that's fine. But you could also, at the end of this video, just take these free tips I'm giving you and do them yourself. That works well too. So we'll go ahead and get started. So first, I'm here on your website. I want to congratulate you for realizing that Google allows you to create a website. So that's cool that you found that. And when I look on here, I like that you got some pictures going on, and having the testimonials on the site is a really good thing. But it's important to know that if you really want to be optimized on Google, you probably should create your own website and put at least 1,500 words of content on the home page so that you can be found well. You don't have a ton of content here on your Google website, which is an important thing to consider, because when I pull up your website in this tool that I have here that kind of gives us a snapshot and a dashboard of what your online presence looks like, you can see that you don't have any organic traffic. Nothing is going to this website at all. So while you are leveraging the free resource that Google gives to you, you're not getting very much traffic. So you want to think about considering what some good keywords are, like automotive upholstery Atlanta. It's a good keyword. It's a buyer intent keyword. So when people are typing this in, they are intending to make a purchase. And you want to think about if you were to make a website using those types of buyer intent keywords. So think about picking 2 or 3 of them, adding a bunch of content to a website that you could create, and leveraging it that way, because the key factor in Google's formula when they decide which sites to rank higher than others is content. Quality and quantity are both very important when you're thinking about content, and content really is king. So think about that. The second thing that I want to share with you, and it's important to talk about, is your Google business profile. And so I have it pulled up here. And you want to continue to grow and build your Google business profile. You have fabulous reviews, 148 Google reviews and a 5-star review. So that's really awesome. Unfortunately, not a ton of people are seeing this because you don't have a website, but this is really good to have. Another element of a Google profile that you want to think about is what we call the NAP, which is your name, address, and phone number. And you want to make sure that it's consistent throughout your online presence. So when you think about your Google profile, you want to make sure your name, address, phone number, business hours match your website, which we do know that happens now because you're using Google's. If you put online presence in areas like Yelp or Yellow Pages and White Book, which I encourage you to do. When you're doing that, make sure your name, address, and phone number shows up exactly as it would show up here. That gives you some credibility, because Google does like to see consistency, because that gives them confidence when they're trying to decide who they want to rank. And the third thing I'll say about your Google profile is optimizing these pictures. It's good to add as many pictures as you can here of different things you do, and think about saving them as keywords. So when you're saving these keywords, or saving these pictures, instead of having something like UV here, you really want to use keywords, and that's going to help you with some clarity. And think about using things like Google Tags. Google Tags will put you in a location in the map, and those 2 things are really good because Google sees what type of work you're doing and sees where you're doing it. So when people are searching for similar things, you're going to show up for those. And the third piece of advice that I'd like to give you is thinking about the strength of your site. when somebody puts in a keyword term here, in order to rank high here in the map pack, they want to know that you have a good online reputation, that your site has authority. And since you don't have a site, when I put in this Automotive Upholstery Atlanta, there's an ad here. People search different ways, so when they see ads, some people might click on this ad, and that's one way to reach them because that's going to be at the top of the page. Another way is this Google map here, which is the top 3 that Google will put in here, which these top 3 get about 40% of all traffic. So it's a good idea to try to get up here. And then the third way is what we call organic traffic, which is down here. And again, some people might skip this area and come right down here to this organic traffic, and you want to be ranking high here as well. So you can see your #1 competitor here. They're ranking #1 for organic traffic, as well as ranking #1 in this map pack for Automotive Upholstery Atlanta, which when you look in this tool that I have here, when I put in Automotive Upholstery Atlanta, this has a traffic potential of 250 searches a month, and you're missing out on that search for not being in this map pack or being in this area here. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is that strength, what gets you up here, right? How do you get up here? And if I just pull up Bannister here, their website, and look at their online presence dashboard, you can see why they're up there. They have a ton of organic traffic because they're ranking for some organic terms, just like the ones that we showed there. They have 302 referring domains, which are pushing 785 backlinks to their site, and that's giving them their strength. But you need to understand that referring domains are not all created equal. You want to have referring domains that are relevant. So even though this site has 302 referring domains, if you look down here under the do follow, only 257 of them are really giving them their strength. And this is their strength number right here to keep it kind of simple. This is their strength number. It's kind of a formula that they use to get all this together and give you a rating. And this #1 competitor has a rating of 25. And if you compare that to yours, yours is an 18. So really doable to create a website and to beat these guys over time. And when you look at UR and DR, you want to see a 1-for-1 ratio. So again, they have a lot of opportunities here as well to optimize, which means you're in a good position to think about building a website and beating them out in ranking #1 and beating them out from that perspective. So just to wrap up, having a website that's not a Google website is really important. Think about that. And if you build a website, use 1,500 keywords, optimize buyer intent keywords. Think about your Google profile and making sure that you have an online footprint across multiple platforms that are consistent. And then also think about your website strength and your online reputation. If you do those things and you implement these strategies today, you will be #1 across Google. And you can do this using these tips, or you can consider taking a little more effective route and save yourself some time by giving me a call at 518-225-4207, and we can set up a time to chat. But once again, my name is Becky Leana with Gray Owl Marketing, 518-225-4207. I hope you found this valuable, and I hope to hear from you soon.